You are watching
Trinity Episcopal School Production Network.
TESPN.
All right, everyone, welcome back to TESPN Titan Takeover. I'm joined here by
Sophia Moore.
Joe Turkley.
and we're going to recap last week's winter sports games, starting off with girls basketball. They've dropped a couple of really tough losses in the past couple of days, but they've had some really well individual performances from that young team, including Farrah Berry having 17 points against St. Catherine's just the other night, and then the unbelievably impressive Adina Swelleman with 22 against St. Gertrude's. Both those players key to all the facets of that girls basketball team.
And I think every single Titan Takeover this winter we've had, Adina has been mentioned multiple, if not every single time. Just as a freshman, putting so many points on the board for the Trinity team, I can't wait to see the future that she has for Trinity girls basketball.
Yeah, their team is really looking forward. They got a tough slate of games coming up, a lot of second game matchups, and looking to go on a little revenge tour as the season kind of hits that turning point.
Yeah, I think at this rate, obviously we don't know exactly, but Adina would maybe be on record to have the all-time scoring record for Trinity girls basketball, and I'm sure that would be an amazing accomplishment for her if she keeps playing the way she has been, and I'm sure will continue to do so. And that team, I think, will continue to be built, maybe not built around her, but play around her. She's the #1 scorer this year, so just really looking forward to what's to come.
First clip, we got Farrah Berry putting the ball on the floor, bringing it up the court, and blowing right by the St.
shot's
Catherine's
good for
defender,
Farrah
and a
Berry.
nice finish early in the first. Next clip, we got Farrah Berry controlling the ball once again, nice behind the back, driving in, open lane. Shot can't quite fall, but a great stick back late in the game to tie it up. Coming up for girls basketball, they play St. Margaret's Wednesday, February 7th, and then Friday, February 9th versus Collegiate. That will be a home game broadcast. Tune in.
Shifting over to boys basketball, they've played really well yesterday, went up to Woodbury, got a win there. First time that they've done that in a number of years. Really hard atmosphere up in Orange County. That gym is tiny, and those guys went up there, played very well, and got an 8-point win.
Yeah, right now they're ranked 11 in Visa. They've just had a win over Life Christian as well as an almost upset against Stab, which, as we all know, Stab has one of the best basketball programs, have been going on winning. So it's really impressive that we got up to that point where it was almost an upset.
Yeah, the boys have really been competing all throughout the season, but especially now that the competition has gotten a little bit more intense. They've dropped a couple really close games, like you mentioned, Stab, like Benedictine. But like girls basketball, they're also now starting to get into those second games against similar opponents. They've got their second game against Collegiate this Friday, tomorrow, as of this recording. So I know they're all going to be really excited to finish out the season really strong.
And I think the second game specifically kind of shows where each team's at, because you're going into the first game not really knowing the team as well, especially with new oncoming freshmen, and getting to see that second game where each team has improved and kind of back at it to get that revenge or just keep that winning streak going.
Yeah, those games so important for poll standings. Woodbury just behind Trinity in the poll. They'll keep that. Benedictine was one spot above Trinity in 10th. Trinity did drop that game, but does get another shot at them on Valentine's Day. Trinity, like Joe said, will play Collegiate this Friday, and then that last, I think, inner Richmond rivalry game will be the St. Chris home match on February 9th, which will also be Titan Night. So if you're watching this, make sure you guys come out to that. It's always a ton of fun. But just more on the team broadly, I think they've really found their groove. I think while Friday's game didn't end the way they wanted against Stab, I think it really showed these guys. I mean, I had I think only 4 guys on the bench, multiple people injured, and they still really hung around in that against that Stab team, who has, I mean, the entire, I think, starting lineup for Stab will continue to play at the next level. All phenomenal players. And just going into that game, knowing you're the underdogs, and then hanging around for the entire game really, I think, just proves something mentally to those guys that says, yes, we are this good, we can compete with these top teams, and we're going to continue to do so.
Mental game is definitely such an important factor, especially in basketball, since it's such a high-paced game where it's kind of back and forth in most cases. Just being able to kind of refresh after maybe a tough play or something and being like, no, like, we can keep this going, we can keep, like, fighting for a possible win.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at some of the highlights from that stab game, as well as maybe some White Christian clips, notable performances from that stab game. I think Brent Thompson had 5 3-pointers, his highest scoring night of the year. Alex Chaikin also had 22 points. I think if Brent can play the way that he did, the Titans open up a very viable third scoring option in addition to Mason Patrick and Alex Chaikin, along with Trey Coles, who was out for that game. But yeah, let's take a look at some of those clips.
All right, first clip. This is going to be Brent Thompson's 5th 3-pointer of the night. Nice step back to get away from the stab defender, and that gets the Titans to within 1 possession in the 3rd quarter. This one, a little bit later in the game, Alex Chaikin pulls up deep the volleyball court line, and that one plays effortlessly en route to his 22 points for the night. Coming up for boys basketball, they'll play Collegiate on Friday at Collegiate, and then we'll be broadcasting their games against Fork Union and St. Christopher's in the following weeks. So make sure to tune in and come out.
All right, let's look at swim now. They've had their senior night just a few days ago, really successful. 8 first-place finishes across the board. That team also, I think, has 8 seniors. So I think all of them swam incredibly well, and I think really just proud of the season they've had so far. They'll start their league meets next Friday.
We're going to look back at those first place finishes, starting off with Brooke Bailey in the 50 free, then Patrick Pouzon in the 100 free and 200 free, Sam Adelar in the 100 breast, Kendall Crizon in the 100 back, Mortimer in the 200 free, and then 2 first place finishes for relays.
Yeah, I know the swimming team, they've been on a roll recently. A lot of people, especially some of the 8 seniors with not a lot of past swimming experience, but I know they've all really been putting in the work, and it just seems like a great environment